Hey y'all, I'm back. I figured since I have a whole bunch of new people here, I would do a new getting to know me video because everybody's asking me so many questions. Just kidding, you're not. But I did another like who am I sort of video, but that was before I had a bunch of followers, so I figured I'd reintroduce myself and a bunch of followers. I do consider this a bunch of followers, so thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you. This is just kind of the Carrie show. We'll just call it that, just chaos. Anyway, so I have a couple of questions that I'm just going to run through about myself and just kind of give you, if you want to know about me and know a little bit more about me, then you'll enjoy this video. If you don't care, then just, whatever. But if you do, if you're watching, hit that like and subscribe button, especially that subscribe button. It really helps me out. And then you can just see more of me because, yay. So a little bit about me. How old am I? I'm 34. I'm in my early 30s. Not old, but not young. I remember when I thought 30s was old, but now I'm like, no. You are as old as you think you are. I definitely can't do the same things as I used to. I don't recover as quickly as I used to, but I'm not old. Gosh darn it. Yeah. So I'm 34. Can I tell you about myself? I can tell you about so growing up. I grew up where I live, so haven't gone far. That's funny. Oklahoma's like that though. It's okay. I don't want to live anywhere else. I wouldn't want to live in another state. I love this state. We have the best. It's the best. Sorry, Texas, but it's the best. I grew up here. I was a competitive swimmer for a really long time. Swam all over the place in racing, I did that for a long time. And that's like my love of kayaking is very similar to swimming. So for me, and I like long distance kayaking. Like I could kayak 8 miles, 16 miles in a day and I'm peachy, I'm happy. As long as the seat is comfortable and, like if you're on a good river where you can get out and like actually take breaks and stuff. I'm all good then. Also, I work in healthcare. I'm an auditor, and that's all I'll just say about that. I don't think really you should talk much about your other job. So, but yeah, that's what I do. It keeps me very busy. So with all of that, I'm a single mom. And when I say single mom, that means like I am the only parent taking care of my kids, aside from my mother's help, which would be their grandparent, And so, back, I guess it's been about 9 years ago, I got into school. And at this point, I was a single mom. And I was a bartender before I got into school. And I got into school and I actually went the nursing route and discovered very quickly. It was actually, yeah, I'll just spare you the details, but discovered, partially through it that like all of these scenarios I was running through in my mind, I was like, oh, I can't physically do this. Like I don't have an issue reading about it, writing about it, whatever, but I can't physically do this. So I took my education with all of that and my credits and went another way. And I did that and I went to school full time and I worked full time. Stopped bartending so I could go to school, and then I got a job in healthcare, so I worked front desk, right? So I could just get my foot in the door, and then was also parenting, and so that was tough. But I did it, and I knew that if I sacrificed for a little while, that in the long run, it was going to pay off, and it has. So I guess my saying that is that if you're a single mom and you're struggling out there, there are ways to beat the odds. I have had all the odds against me at times for success or, certain things that might not be attainable had I not either have my career. I would have either had to I would have had to marry somebody in order to have my same lifestyle. Otherwise. So I was very headstrong about, before I ever married somebody, I wanted to have something to bring to the table other than just myself and kids. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. And so, the smart thing to do is stand on your own 2 feet. And that's what I did. And I won't go into too much detail, up to that, but I went through a rough time. Everybody has their stuff. Maybe one day I'll tell you guys, but I was in a serious relationship with the father of my kids, and it just didn't work out. I'm not gonna ever go into detail about that, but it just didn't work out. So, with that, in becoming a single mother, there's a lot of growing up, right? And so I was 21 when I became a mom, and I've done a lot of growing up over the last 12, 13 years. Holy moly. Yeah. So, but my point in saying all of that is like, yeah, I've been a single mom, and legit, like, the way I view relationships, and have for a long time, is that I'm not bringing anybody into my kids' lives, and unless I know that they're a permanent place there, and so I've just always kept my relationships separate. And it's not like I've had a ton of them or anything like that. I'm not by any means that type of person, but I've just kept that life separate from my home life, family life, I guess, because stability is of the utmost importance to me. And my kids they don't have any memory of, anything else. So it's really important for me to keep everything stable, and the same, as much as I can, for as long as I can. I think that if someone comes into my life that, I don't know, I'm really picky. And if somebody comes into my life that makes me want to change that, I would think very long and hard about it. I'm not completely closed off to it, but I would have to think a long time about it, because it is my job to protect them, and aside from taking care of them, to protect them, and that includes their mental and emotional well-being. And being yo-yoed emotionally or having bad examples of relationships is not a good idea, So that's just me in a nutshell. It's definitely like, I'm not I've been a single mom for a decade. That doesn't necessarily mean that I haven't been in a relationship. And I say that because I'm not going to share my relationship status on YouTube unless I were to like get married or something like that. But I'm not going to share any of that kind of information, because I think that's really private, and everybody's entitled to that kind of privacy to a certain extent. Like, I mean, I don't even tell people on Facebook who I'm dating, so I wouldn't do that on another platform. That's just me, though. So don't expect that from me, I guess. That's what I'm saying. And also, please, if you're a complete stranger and you're watching this, please don't send me your number. Please don't. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just, yeah. Yeah. I'm not trying to use YouTube as a dating app, so, yeah, please, strangers, don't send me your numbers. But I don't mind making friends, and ultimately, like, I totally don't mind. YouTube has, like, I've met a lot of people that I feel like are good friends of mine now, and those people are cool. Y'all can send me your numbers, but that you're not who I'm talking about. The guys who like try to slide into your DMs, and then just don't be one of those guys. I'm not interested. I'm sorry. I'm not. So that's another thing about me, but it's just, you're not going to catch my attention that way, I guess. I don't know how else to say it. It's just, yeah. This whole talk kind of circles around, like, I feel like a little bit of a testimony to what you're capable of. I was a single mother with two very small children without any help, without child support, without anything. And I decided to buckle down and sacrifice for a little bit so I could dig myself out of a hole that I was in, and also, live a comfortable lifestyle and be able to provide for my family. And so if I can do that, anybody can do that. So maybe, like, this video isn't necessarily for you. It's not a fishing video. It's not anything about messing up my ankle. It's not anything that's funny, but maybe, like, what I've done can be an example for somebody else that who's struggling, or maybe you're another single mom who's feeling down or feeling alone, and like you just don't know necessarily what to do. Girl, where there's a will, there's a way. And I'm telling you, if I can do it, you can too. And if you're like, I'll tell you right now, unless you go to like a sperm donor and are one of those women that are like, you really want to have a baby, you're not necessarily, like, nobody necessarily plans to be a single mom. So I'm such a like major advocate for having something that you love to do that will make you money. That, okay, yeah, you might end up raising kids and not working for a little while, but do you have something to fall back on? Or what if something happens to your husband and you need to make money? Like, even though I have been a single mother and not paired my life with someone for, over a decade, that doesn't mean that I haven't thought about all of these different scenarios, and how, like, even if, like, that's the whole point of, I guess, where I wanted to be in my life was a place where I could also provide somebody the same thing that I was wanting from them. Feel like you're in a hole, or you're, alone, especially being a single mom. That's the kicker. Like, being a single mom, you can at times, and I see women do it all the time, you will sacrifice your peace just to not be alone. Like, you'll sacrifice your peace, you'll accept bad company, or people, friends, negative friends, anybody like that, just to not be alone. And you know what? It's really not worth it. Like, it is so much better to be alone. I find like, I've been a single mom now for a while, obviously, and I find myself in situations where I'm like, oh, I would have rather done that alone. Like, you see me kayaking alone most of the time and fishing alone most of the time, because I would most of the time rather do it by myself. I have brought people fishing with me. So far, the people who I've brought fishing with me, it has only been a fun time. I cannot say the same thing about kayaking. I have one good kayaking partner that I always have a good time with. Always, always, always. But the couple of other times that I've tried, different groups of people, it's just been like, man, I kind of wish I would have done that by myself. I feel like part of my day was robbed. And that's a really weird thing to say, but when you get used to being alone and you enjoy yourself, like time by yourself, that solitude becomes very important, especially when you're a single mother and you don't get it all the time. So that is something that I just feel like is super important. You should not sacrifice your peace just because you don't want to be alone. So, and that goes for relationships too. I think that maybe I am not the best example, because I've gone to the opposite extreme of like codependency. I'm like extremely independent. If you ask anybody that knows me directly, they will tell you that, yes, she is overly independent, to the point where I don't call for help to anybody whenever like I break my ankle, or things like that. So I have my own issues, but I would rather be independent and know that I can rely on me. And also with that, when you've empowered yourself as a woman or as an individual, when you've pulled yourself out of the depths of whatever, you are unstoppable. So I think that it's always, we all we have the opportunity to have that kind of path in life to where it's like you've climbed the mountain, and once you've reached the top, you feel unstoppable. And if you don't have that experience, you're kind of missing out on a sweetness of life. It's like, without darkness, there is no light, sort of thing. It's a little bit true. If you haven't been made to try hard for something, you might not appreciate it the same way. Anyway, it's a lot of rambling. I'm gonna have fun editing this. Anyway, I really just wanted to kind of introduce like who I was. That really puts into perspective about who I am. I'm a very independent-minded individual. I've been raising kids by myself with my mother's help. My mom is my number one supporter. I have my village, a small group of people that I've relied on through the years that have really helped, and we all do. If you're a mom, you've got one. If you don't, you have to get one, because it's not really possible to do without, But I'm pretty proud of my kids. You will not see them on my channel very much, and that is because just out of my need to protect them. As soon as they get to a certain age, you might, but just being a single mom in the world that we live in today, I have to do things the way I have to do things, and that is keeping them protected as much as possible. And so that's just one of the ways. I'll talk about them, but you just probably won't see them until they're a certain age, Anyway, what else? One of the next things I'll be doing probably is a video. I have a song I want to do for you guys, not you guys, but for some people that may grace upon my channel and come for a little bit and then just leave, So I have a video that I might want to do for them that is music related. So you guys will have to stick around and see for that. And I'll be doing more funny stuff, of course, because, I'm really funny. And, I'll try to stop saying, because I say that a lot. And I really do look like I have a lazy eye. I'm not sure which one it is right now, but my eyebrows are different, I think. When I watch my videos back, I'm like, one of those eyes looks lazy. And I can't tell if it's my bags under my eyes are different. I'll tell you one secret before I get off of here, because I've just been yapping for like a really long time now, and you guys know plenty about me. It takes approximately 7 business days of not working for your under eye bags to disappear. Just a little tidbit of fact for you, just so you know. 7 business days of not working, like at work, for your under eye bags to disappear. That's science. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. I am blown away that you're here. Thank you for watching. If you haven't checked out the video before, which was me killing a black widow, please check it out. It's hilarious. It's slightly embarrassing. I was very scared, real life. I was very scared in those moments. I thought she was gonna get me. No lie, like I am way less afraid of a snake than I am a black widow. I'm not afraid of non-venomous snakes at all, like whatsoever. Venomous snakes, I have a healthy respect and fear for, yes, absolutely. And I try to keep my distance. But black widows, fiddleback spiders, I was bit by a fiddleback. I don't do spiders. I can't do spiders. Like, that was legit. Like, y'all saw some real I was scared. I was really panicking in those moments, and I look like a ding dong. But I hope y'all get a good laugh out of that. And I really do. I really appreciate you guys being here, and I'll try to come up with some more fun stuff. I'm telling you, I'm really working on this project for the other people that may grace upon the channel and leave. And I'm hoping it can just blossom, So please stick around. Thank you for being here. I'm Carrie. I'm grateful you're here, And I hope you have an excellent rest of your week, y'all. Toodles.